Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. It's very bizarre. YouTube seems to be having an issue with a certain element of the live stream setup. So the live stream setup for creators, it's interesting. The way I usually would set up a live stream, now I have to basically just do something different, and it's a little bit annoying. But anyway, Eric H526, Luke St. Martin, hello, hope all is well. This is really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You have Trump's latest intelligence meltdown isn't about the facts, it's about the truth. So you have this belief among Democrats and media that anything the intelligence chiefs, anything the intelligence agencies say, Eugene, hello everyone, everything the intelligence agencies say must be accurate. Anything the intelligence agencies say must be accurate. You have the Bay of Pigs, you have the Gulf of Tonkin, you have the fall of the Berlin Wall, which they didn't predict. None of the major conflicts of the 70s did they predict prior to the fall of the Berlin Wall. Then you had Bush's failed foreign policy predicated upon intelligence failures. Then you had geopolitical events that I can't even really go into on YouTube, one of which was the reason for Bush's failed foreign policy interventions. Tell me where the intelligence chiefs or intelligence agencies have been right. Tell me why we should revere them. They are part of the executive branch. It's an internal revolt within the executive branch. Okay, the executive branch is run by the president. In the Constitution, the president runs the executive branch. We all know this. We learned this in 6th and 7th and 8th grade. So tell me again how you have a situation where Joseph MaGuire, the active intelligence official, the active director of national intelligence, who replaced Dan Coates, who replaced James Clapper, and these people are basically the same individuals. They're the types of people who will, in a very Orwellian manner, say, well, if you don't listen to us, Russia is going to interfere in our election. And if that happens, that'll tip the scales to Trump. Because you know what? And there are recent reports out, the Washington Post, the New York Times, Reuters, USA Today, Russia wants Trump. Oh my goodness. Dreamcast Night, 5-year wait. Thanks for keeping us informed. Thank you very much, Dreamcast Night. Thank you, Dreamcast Night. Greatly appreciated. Have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you again, Dreamcast Night. Have a great day, great evening. And they say, well, Russia wants Trump. Well, does China want Democrats? Hillary Clinton's going to be the nominee. There's not a doubt now. Look at what's taking place. But you have to look at what's taking place, ladies and gentlemen. Why are they repeating the same nonsense again about Russian interference? Why is that happening? Why have they been repeating the same nonsense about Russian interference over and over and over again? Why is that? They're repeating it now again. So what Trump did is he fired Joseph MaGuire and he got Richard Grenell, a loyal, a Trump, they say, well, a Trump loyalist, a person who likes Trump's policies, which is what every president appoints and nominates people that are on board with his philosophy on politics. It's not just President Trump. Notice that when Trump won, They're like, oh, he demands loyalty. As if President Obama's administration was composed of people who happened to agree with Bush. Well, actually, inadvertently, ironically, many of them did. And the transition wasn't that great between Bush and President Obama. But you know the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make, obviously, is that President Trump, when he appointed the first mistake he made, President Trump, was allowing people to intimidate him and force out Michael Flynn. He should have fought. KT McFarland, they tried to get her to plead guilty of something she didn't do, and she said she was not going to do it. She was not going to do it. And they left her alone. See, at that point right there, they were bluffing. They had nothing on Trump. And there were 17 inaccuracies, 17 deliberately false statements made to FISA judges. They deceived FISA judges. They used a dossier purchased by Clinton. They did all of those things. They did all of those things. And not only did they do all of those things, but they managed to intimidate President Trump early on in his presidency to get him to force Michael Flynn out. Once they did that, they went after Carter Page. Then they went after Papadopoulos. Then they indicted 30-plus people on things that had absolutely nothing to do with their initial claims. There was never any collusion. Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching. There was never any collusion. There was never any collusion. There was never any interference even. You know, Joseph MaGuire is out, Richard Grenell is in, and the interesting thing here is that he's slowly wresting control of the United States intelligence community away from all of these people. And he's doing so. The interesting thing is also that they truly believed that they could intimidate the United States, the American public, or they could, if they constantly said the same things over and over again, that people would care. Nobody cares. Absolutely nobody cares. Absolutely nobody cares about Russian interference because it all leads back to Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party and the duplicity and the cheating. If Russia gave information about that app, for example, heaven forbid, what do you think you'd find out? Okay, you'd find out that, maybe that app wasn't really maybe that really wasn't an accident. Maybe that really wasn't an accident with that app not working in Iowa. So if you have, let's say you had Russians who told you that, well, actually, that they just tried to, the real AJ Strawman, thank you so very much. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Then they'd say, oh, well, that app in, the Russians informed us that there was an app that didn't work in Iowa, and it was deliberate by the Democratic Party. It was deliberate. And then they would say, well, that was Russian interference, and Russia wants Trump, and you can't read any information about the app being a deliberate attempt at cheating Bernie Sanders because that's interference. So they've cloaked all of their misconduct. The real HA, thank you. They've cloaked their misconduct within blaming other countries of some kind of maniacal scheme. The real HA, thank you again. So now you have Trump's latest intelligence meltdown isn't about the facts, it's about the truth. Earlier this month, FBI Director Christopher Wray said in a public testimony that Russia was meddling in the 2020 election. Who cares? Focus on trying to communicate why you're better than Trump. Russian meddling, which hasn't been proven, is a simple an assessment based on confidence from professional liars who deceive, first and foremost, the American public daily, who get us into the worst quagmires, who are always wrong. They are literally always wrong. They have never been right about anything of consequence, anything that is... They might gather intelligence here and there that proves to be accurate. Fine. They're over the spin and the overall narratives. You can go from Pearl Harbor, even before the creation of the current intelligence agencies. They're always wrong. They're always caught off guard. They're always wrong about the prevailing narratives. Look at JFK was duped by his own intelligence officials, who were duped by their own faulty intelligence, claiming that the Bay of Pigs would work. It was a catastrophe. It was an embarrassment to the United States. Thanks, Intel community. Then you had the Gulf of Tonkin that pushed us into Vietnam. And then they say, well, maybe the USS Maddox wasn't really being attacked. Then you have a whole bunch of events in the 70s that they were wrong on. Then you have in the 80s the end of the fall of the Berlin Wall, and they were wrong on that. They didn't predict that. They thought the Soviet Union would continue on. Fuego Azteca, thank you so very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you, Fuego Azteca. Thank you. So, what have they been right about? I don't want to revere people. I don't want to even respect people that not only are wrong, but that people who are wrong, and because of their failures, everyone suffers. Okay? So earlier this month, FBI Director Christopher Wray said in a public testimony that Russia was meddling in the 2020 election. So how to explain President Donald Trump's decision to fire acting Director of National Intelligence, Admiral Joseph MaGuire, after MaGuire defended a subordinate who had briefed Congress on the same thing? Because the ODNI chief is supposed to look at, well, number one, this is a failed narrative that only helps the Democratic Party. Because Democrats presided over the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium capacity to Russia. And then they pretend that they're like so tough on Putin. Fazendujan. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Bloomberg and Sanders being the frontrunner is the best indicator yet that your Clinton theory has merit. No way they're nominee material. Yes, exactly. Fazendujan, yes. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. They are a political machine. Fazendu John, thank you. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. They're a political machine, and a political machine loves money. Money, 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 money. They love money. And they're good at graft, and they're good at getting the media on their side, and they're good at deception. Very good at deception. So good at deception that the average Democrat wants to be deceived. It's brilliant. Look. If you're a sports fan, you're inoculated from all of this. Okay? Fazendu John, thank you so very much, and everyone here. If you're a sports fan, if you're a, British soccer, football league fan, or an NFL fan, or whatever, baseball, and your team acquires a free agent, and the free agent, they pay this person $80 million, $100 million, $200 million for 4 years, and the guy fails to score the goals that he promised, or fails to hit home runs, or fails to throw touchdown passes. What do you think's going to happen? The average sports fan is going to say, our management stinks. We need to fire the coach, fire the general manager. This is horrible. We're not going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to take it. But the average Democrat is like a sports fan that will lose and spend millions on free agents that are horrible. They don't care about winning because they make money off losing. That's the problem with the Democratic Party. You think they would, if Bernie Sanders had won, they wouldn't have made as much money. With Clinton losing, Clinton again, it's, oh my God. Oh my God. Hello, Ronald Foose. Hello, Ronald. Have a great weekend, Ronald. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for always watching, Ronald. They make infinitely more money with Clinton. So they're just going to wait until everyone runs out of money, like I said earlier today. Thank you, Fazendu John. Sam Jage, when the Russian narrative fails, the Hill, U.S. officials told Sanders that Russia is trying to help his 2020. Sam Jage, bringing out the Trident sub from the depths of the ocean. Wow. Yeah! Sam Jage with the breaking news. U.S. officials told Sanders that Russia is trying to... Anything that Democrats don't like, Russia is trying to help. You know what? Also, this is the best. Russia should come out with a climate change program, and they'll be like, Russia wants climate change. We don't want climate change. We don't want to combat climate change anymore. David, thank you. Thank you, David. The real H.A. Strawman. The real H.A. Thank you. Thank you very, very The real H.A. Strawman. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. The real H.A. Strawman. Thank you. The real H.A. Thank you. Yeah, never get into. I don't ever get into. In fact, I have family members and friends that they try to bring me into the discussion. So you're into politics, H.A.? Of course, look at your channels in there. So what do you think about this? Oh, do you agree with Trump? And then when they know that I don't want to talk, they know that it's off limits. Family and friends, I do not talk politics. I do not talk politics. So the real H.A. Strawman, I do not talk politics, okay? And what they do is then they say, this is not controversial. Trump did this. And I'm like, I don't want to hear. I don't want to talk about this. Hillary Clinton's going to be the nominee. They're just talking about Russia again. And Sam Jage brought it up. This is hilarious. They're going to blame Okay, Sanders to the left of Democrats, Trump to the right. Russia wants Bernie and Trump. Okay, and there's definite overlap, but they're still different people. So Russia essentially wants us to have a great economy and wants us to remove Americans from regions of conflict where we've been 20 plus years in quagmires that are never ending. So that's what Russia wants. U.S. officials told Sanders that Russia is trying to help. So there you go. There you go. We can't have that. We can't have that. Sam, Jage, thank you. They think people care. You know what it's like? It's like the neighbor wants us to fight. That's why when you opened the door and I was in bed with all, the Hawaiian Tropic models, it was actually the neighbor that wants you to know about that. Me with the Hawaiian Tropic models, that wasn't a problem. It's actually the neighbor. Thank you again, the real HA. Thank you. Revco! When Warren took Bloomberg's scout and the debate turned into a WWE match, I can just see Trump spinning in his chair laughing. Yes. Well, Revco, you know what the interesting thing... you know what the interesting thing is, Revco, is that Bloomberg, he's got like 50 billion, whatever. I might be off 10 or 20 billion. And his whole thing is, I don't want to be president. I just want to be there to pretend that I'm better than, Salome, hello. That I'm better than Biden. See, people say that Bloomberg lost. Bloomberg didn't care about. He doesn't care about winning. Biden doesn't care about winning too. You think when Biden, he was like, yeah, hey fat, why don't you vote for someone else? Hey, vote for someone else. And then the poor Iowa voter is like, I will vote for you. Just treat me right. He's like, I'm not treating you right. Vote for someone else. Hey, fat. Calls someone fat. Says that he wants a Republican vice president. Says that he wants to be a one-term vice president. The real HA, thank you again. And Biden was there. He didn't even try. He didn't even want to become president. He's like, I have to do this again. They're going to find out about Hunter and the club and the narcotics. And the utensils. Going to find out about the fight. Fine. I'm running. Fine. Yeah. You don't want to vote for me, fat? Huh, fat? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. What? I'm not winning? Then you have Bloomberg. He's like, I started a business. I believe I'm the only one here who actually started a business. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, I said some things. So sue me. So sue me. Yeah, I said some things about horses. What do you want from me? Okay. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, you're yelling again. Yeah, all of you yelling, you think I don't care. I banned big gulps, you didn't. And I go golfing with President Trump, you didn't. But the whole thing is, I am the new Biden. So, are you Biden? No, you're not. So, I'm the new Biden. And you can yell at me all you want. I don't care. That's my Bloomberg. Who knows? I can't even do a Bloomberg. He just doesn't care. He's going to put in $1 billion because they can't raise $1 billion on their own right now. When Hillary comes in, she'll outraise Trump $2.5 billion to $1.8 billion, or $2.8 billion to $1.8 billion. Look, it's not going to matter. This is the one with Trump. He has their kryptonite. He is the kryptonite. They don't care. So also, like you're talking, if these billionaires spend $1 billion, it's not like they're doing so. Just like when the Clinton Foundation raised close to $10 billion from Haiti, the subsidiaries. I interviewed a brilliant journalist, Daddy Cherry, in the Huffington Post. Agent Pepsi 1. Yes, I am the real HA. Picture wall. I have 2 different picture walls. You know that. So this is another one picture, the collage thing, and then the other one. Thank you, Agent Pepsi 1. Thank you. He's going to put in $1 billion. He doesn't care. Do you understand? He doesn't care. So when Elizabeth Warren's like, and another thing, you called women, you said this and you did that, and he doesn't care. And when Bernie says, this is an obscene wealth gap, and it's obscene. And then the hilarious, the commentator's like, do you think it's obscene? Do you think it's obscene? Should you exist? He's like, yeah, it's obscene. I don't care. Whatever. I have $1 billion, $2 billion. Oh, come on, HA, you can do a Bloomberg. Just duck below. Duck below your mic about NDAs and call Sanders a communist. I have faith in you, bro. But Bloomberg even is like, he looks up, he's like, I have about $50 billion in my account. 50 billion, 60 billion. So he doesn't care. Revco, thank you. Let's listen to Bloomberg. Let's make this fun. Revco gave me an idea. Thank you, Revco. Hold on. Bloomberg debate. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Yes. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right, hold on. Dang it.
Also asked about allegations of sexual
behavior that the Me Too movement has exposed.
Behavior that the movement, whatever. I've got $50 billion.
In my company, lots and lots of women have big responsibilities.
In my company, lots and lots of women have big.
They get paid exactly the same as men.
I hope you heard what his defense was. I've been nice to some women and was pressed about whether he would release former employees from non-disclosure agreements.
We have a very few non-disclosure agreements.
We have a very few non-disclosure agreements, and they willingly sign their names on these non-disclosure agreements. The agreements so that they don't disclose information. Again, I have $50 billion. So, do you think I care about any of this Michigas? I don't. I'm here because Hillary Rodham sent me. So again, let me finish, Elizabeth.
None of them accused me of doing anything other than maybe they didn't like the joke I told.
Maybe they didn't like a joke that I told. Granted, I walked into the office wearing chaps and nothing else, but maybe they just didn't like a joke that I told.
And let me put, there's agreements between two parties that wanted to keep it quiet.
You could release them from that immediately, because understand.
Why would he release people from a non-disclosure agreement? That doesn't make any sense. Why don't you just release them from the non-disclosure so we can have more, fodder to go against you? Yeah. I have only $2 million in my... Warren has only $2 million left. That's it. That's like half of a primary there. Just, signs and that's it.
This is not just a question of the mayor's character. This is also a question about electability. We are not going to beat Donald Trump with a man who has who knows how many non-disclosure agreements and the drip, drip, drip.
He goes like this. He's like, he rolled his eyes. He rolled his eyes. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Of stories of women saying they have been harassed and discriminated against. That's not what we do as Democrats.
Bloomberg also.
That's not what we do as Democrats? Oh, I beg to differ on that one. Oh, that's right. I'm not running, okay. But you know who is running? Have you seen Nolan Ryan? Because I have to tell you, there's three people who I think broke the record for a fastball. One is Nolan Ryan. Another is Arlandis Chapman. And the other is my wife on election night when she threw the Courvoisier. I clocked it at around 107.8 miles per hour. The Courvoisier bottle, that is. And I got to tell you something. I think that if you took Arlandis Chapman and Nolan Ryan's arm, you wouldn't get 1/10 of the velocity of my wife when she threw that Courvoisier. You know that song, Pass the Courvoisier? Everybody now. She threw that so hard, and it shattered all over the place because Donald Trump won. Anyway, let's continue.
Dueling with current frontrunner Bernie Sanders.
The best-known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What is here?
Bernie Sanders.
The best-known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What did I miss here?
The best-known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What do I miss here? Hey, Bernard. I mean, you don't have 50 billion, but you have 3 million. A couple million. You have 3 houses. What did I miss here? What did I miss here? Is there a mic I can drop? What did I miss here? He's the best known socialist in the country. Dory the Hubbit. Dems find it hard to vote for Bernie. Oh, for sure. Dory the Hubbit. For 100%. This is...
With current frontrunner Bernie Sanders.
The best-known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What did I
Oh! Oh!
Bloomberg also dueling with current frontrunner Bernie Sanders.
The best-known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What did I miss here?
A millionaire with 3 houses. What did I miss here?
Well, you missed work in Washington, house watch, the first problem. Live in Burlington, house tour.
I work in Washington. Okay. You want to take off the gloves? You want to take off the gloves, Mini Mike? You want to get into the octagon? I started jiu-jitsu, and we can go at it. I'll get you in the triangle with my legs around your skinny neck. You want to do this? You want to go, Mini Mike? I got a house in Washington. I got a house in Washington. Okay? Where do you want me to sleep? In a ditch someplace? I got a house in Vermont. It's cold in Vermont. I freeze my kumquats off. And then I got a house someplace else. What do you want from me?
That's good.
And like thousands of other Vermonters, I do have a summer camp. Forgive me for that. Where is your home?
And I have a summer camp. It's called Camp Sanders. I have a summer camp. I have a summer camp named Camp Sanders. The Socialist Retreat. This is the best I've ever heard.
And discriminated against. That's not what we do as Democrats.
Bloomberg also dueled with current frontrunner Bernie Sanders.
The best-known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What did I miss here?
Well, you missed that I work in Washington.
I work in Washington. Okay? I don't have money for the Waldorf Astoria. I work in Washington. And that's one house. That's house number 1. For your information, Mini Mike.
House
That's the first problem.
Live in Burlington. House 2.
Live in Burlington. Why don't you go live in Vermont without a shelter? See how long before you turn into a popsicle, Mini Mike. A Mini Mike popsicle.
That's good.
And like thousands of other Vermonters, I do have a summer camp. Forgive me.
And like thousands of other Vermonters, I have Camp Sanders, where we learn socialist and wonderful democratic socialist songs and beautiful things like Medicare for all quilts we make. And we play hacky sack. Have you played hacky sack lately, Bloomberg? I don't think you have the dexterity to. Hacky sack, Bloomberg. Why don't you try it? Or maybe you could just join Camp Sanders, like most Vermonters have.
For that. Where is your home? Which tax haven?
New York,
your home?
New York City.
Or South.
Where is your home? Huh? You want to go at it? If you see my car moving slowly in front of your home, do the math.
Then Mayor Pete Buttigieg pitched himself as the moderate choice.
We shouldn't have to choose between one candidate who wants to burn this party down
Oh! Who would that be?
and another candidate who wants to buy this party out.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's come to this. They are totally imploding, and Madam Secretary is just enjoying herself. He's just, oh yes, I'm baked because I'm having a fun time. Oh my goodness. Hold on one second. Let me just, right here. You know, the interesting thing is, the hilarious thing about all of this is that they don't realize, like, it's happening right in front of them. All of this is happening right in front of them. Angela Goodwin! Sanders has a Potemkin camp under the single Air Star where the red rooster crows every morning. Angela Goodwin. Thank you, Angela Goodwin. Thank you. Thank you. Mrs. Marks, thank you. Oh my God. You know, they're right now, they're basically being crushed by the weight of their own corruption, and they don't see it. Oh, Jim, I wasn't referring to your message, Jim Piper. Thank you. No, I was referring to another person's message. But Jim, thank you for watching. Jim Piper, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Angela, thank you for watching. Jim, thank you for watching. Pop analysis. No, there's a person that I had to. Yeah. Anyway, pop analysis. Unlike Trump, Bloomberg is no champion of the working class. He bought a third term as mayor in New York, switched the terms so no one else can. Yeah, he was the vehicle for urban. He was the vehicle for urban renewal in New York. He makes me sick. Yeah, I agree with you. Pop analysis. If he wasn't a billionaire, I mean, do you think that he would have become even mayor of New York? I think the fact that Pop analysis brought up a great point. He pretty much bought like you said. If you're a billionaire, okay, if you're a millionaire, $100,000 is not that much money for you. It depends. If you're $20-30 million, $100,000 is not that much money. Okay, if you're a billionaire, $1 million is not that much money. Okay, if you have tens of billions, tens of millions is not that much money. So he doesn't really care. You know, his whole thing is that he just doesn't care. Bloomberg just doesn't care. He just really doesn't care at all. Pop analysis, great point. I don't think he would have gotten mayor of New York had he not been a billionaire. Mitchell Smith, Pop analysis, thank you so very much. Hope all is well. Hope all is well, Pop analysis, thank you. Mitchell Smith, it was definitely better than Saturday Night Live. The Democratic debate was fantastic entertainment. Thanks as always, HA. Thank you so very, very much, Mitchell Smith. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Revco, I saw that Dana White for Trump. Yeah, love it. I absolutely love it. I think most of the MMA guys are pro-Trump, I believe. Mitchell Smith, thank you so very much. Pop analysis, have a great weekend. Mitchell Smith, have a great weekend and a great Friday. Yeah, I mean, they're being crushed by the weight of their own corruption, and they don't seem to get it too. Okay, hold on. Hold on one second. Let's see this here.
Let's take a huge risk if we just substitute one arrogant billionaire for another.
Let's put forward somebody who's actually a Democrat.
I wish everyone is.
So everything is a slight towards Bernie. They're going after Bloomberg, but everything is like, I mean, do you really want a billionaire? I mean, also, like, you know, a person who would tear the Democratic Party apart, like Bernie, but really a billionaire? Come on.
Was as perfect as you, Pete.
Let's get something straight.
Amy Klobuchar, not everyone's as perfect as you, Pete. Actually, I kind of like that one. Amy coming out with the double off the wall.
The reason the stop and frisk change is because Barack Obama sent moderators to see what was going on.
I don't think there's any chance of the senator beating President Trump.
If that's
I don't think there's any chance of the senator beating it.
a way to beat Donald Trump, wow, I would be very surprised.
Amy's plan is even less. It's like a Post-it note.
The policy was
Amy's plan is like a Post-it note.
abhorrent.
We shouldn't have to choose between one candidate who wants to burn this party down.
I can't think of a ways that would make it easier for Donald Trump to get reelected than listening to this conversation. It's ridiculous. We're not going to throw out capitalism. We tried that. Other countries tried that. It was called communism, and it just didn't work.
And another candidate.
That's all he needed to say, and it's pretty much game over. That's all he needed to say.
who wants to buy this party out.
I'd like to talk about who we're running against. A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
Okay. Well, that was, of course, Elizabeth Warren, not me. Not me, YouTube. That was Elizabeth Warren, actually repeating Michael Bloomberg. So, I mean, Warren was like telling on the teacher the whole time. It's kind of funny. Let's just do Bloomberg versus Bernie debate. This is so hilarious. They don't get it, too. Hillary Clinton is going to swoop in. They worship Madam Secretary. If she was on that debate stage, they would worship her. They would worship her. They would worship her. You have no idea. You have no idea. Okay, hold on. We'll go in a couple minutes, but here, let's just end it with a bang.
Chris, who says he's best positioned to win in November. Why is your revolution a better bet?
In order to beat Donald Trump, we're going to need the largest voter turnout.
President Trump, how do you want to respond to what else he said?
I don't think there's any chance of the senator beating President Trump. You don't start out by saying, I've got 160 million people. I'm going to take away the insurance plan that they love. There's just not a ways that you go and start building the coalition that the Sanders camp thinks that they can do.
A coalition, a tent. There's no anything that, there's nothing that binds people on the left. They all can't stand each other. Burning Legion. Hello, Fat. Hello, Fat. That's Biden. Yes. Burning Legion, thank you. Hello, Fat. Thank you.
I don't think there's any chance whatsoever. And if he goes and is the candidate, we will have Donald Trump for another 4 years, and we can't stand that.
This is a good one. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on.
3 houses. What did I miss here? Millionaire with us in the country. Have the best known wonderful country we have. The best known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What did I miss here?
Well, you missed that I work in Washington, House 1.
House 1, House 2, House 3!
That's the first problem.
Live in Burlington, House 2.
That's good.
And like thousands of other Vermonters, I do have a summer camp. Forgive me for that.
I have Camp Gun Sanders.
Where is your home? Which tax
Where you from, homie?
New York City, thank you very much, and I pay all my taxes, and I'm happy to do it because I get something for it. And let me say, I thought the senator next to me was half right. I agree we should raise taxes on the... I disagree with the senator on the wealth tax.
I think the senator to my left was 1,053rd right.
But I do agree with her that the rich aren't paying their fair share. We should raise taxes on the rich. I did that as mayor in New York City. I raised taxes, and if you take a look at my plans, the first thing I...
Brian Levy! Thank you, Brian. Burning Legion, thank you. Angela Goodwin. No one challenged Bloomberg to have Hillary as a running mate. They went after his money because they want more. Warren got some already years ago. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Angela. Thank you. Doo-doo-doo. Look at that. K's Thought Palace, HRC, Royal. Oh, K's Thought Palace. Hello.
I would do is try to convince Congress, because they've got to do it. We can't just order it.
They've got to do it. Everyone has to do it.
Roll back the tax cuts that the
Hey, Trump. That's the president now, Trump
administration put in with through Congress.
They don't even want to run. Nobody here wants to run. None of them do. Like, they just, oh my God, they're so annoying. They don't want to run. Hey, fat. Hey, fat.
Vice President Biden, weigh in on this question of Americans' feeling about socialist candidates.
Well, look, let me weigh in on, for 36 years and as vice president, I was listed as the poorest man in Congress. I made money.
And now, because of Burisma, I am at Bloomberg levels.
When I wrote a book about my son, and it's
Okay, here.
not just wealth. The idea that we have it.
These people look like Tales from the Crypt. My God, they need to put some of Trump's tanning oil or lotion or powder. My God, you look at Biden and Bernie and Bloomberg. It is like Tales from the Crypt.
The tax rate for corporate America at 21% is ridiculous. It should be 20%.
Every time Joe Biden speaks, he squints like Clint Eastwood. He squints. He says, "Oh, fat."
8%, that would raise almost $800 billion a year.
Thanks, Biden. Thanks for nothing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very much. To my super chat, thank you. If I ever respond to anyone, it's always somebody that if it's like a negative comment, it's never anyone that is on this live stream. It's always somebody that I have to. I don't usually respond. I just go ahead and. Very rarely will I respond, but it's never to anyone that's on this live stream. It's always somebody that is hidden because they're a troll or whatever. But everyone on this, if you're on this live stream right now, I love you. Thank you. God bless you. Have a great Friday. I'll see you later this evening. Be here like around 11 p.m. or so Pacific. We'll have another live stream. And thank you so very much, everyone. This was a great time. Thank you. I will see you this evening. Check out A. Goodman's other channel right this second.